Oh, oh, oh. Yo, Manchester City versus Wolves. We about to get into this content, man. Phenomenal win for the boys. If you guys don't know what you're tuning into right now, is Blue is Our City, Manchester City fan channel. We about to get into this match review right now, or match reaction. Crazy match, none to say the less. You know what I mean? But before we get going, I'm gonna try to take my time doing this. I'm a fairly new YouTube channel. The reason why I started this channel is just to be able to connect with fans all over the world who are passionate about Manchester City, but also passionate about football. So let's get into it. But let me just put this on screen. I'm trying something out right here, but feel free to share, like, and subscribe and join the family. It just helps other City fans find us. So, man, let's get into this match. Oh my God, what a crazy match this was. Manchester City versus Wolves, 4-1 match reaction. Man, game is played at our place this time, and man, it was just a crazy game. Overall, I'm glad to see the team win and just keep that run of form going. I think before the match started, they shouted out some stats, and we were like 19 games in a row without trailing. After the game, they mentioned some stats. I will make sure I get you guys some stats, but something like 15 games in a row unbeaten in the Premier League, or no, 15 wins straight in the Premier League. And only 4 other teams in the Premier League even have, I think, multiple games of winning. It's only like 4 other teams that even have somewhat of a decent streak. So crazy to see what a game. Yo, what's going on? Shout you out, bro. Yo, thanks for shouting me out right here, bro. Oh, love that City jersey. Yo, it's classic. What jersey is that? Oh man, I can't really see it, bro. But thank you so much, bro. Hey to you too, man. But yo, Manchester City versus Wolves, man, crazy game, and the streak just continues. Phenomenal streak. Yo, bro, let me know where you watching me from, man. Where you from? Let me know where you watching me from, bro. I'm trying to interact with the team here a bit. So, bro, crazy match. And like I said, all the statistics in the world just seem to kind of come into Manchester City every time we get to going out on the field. So 15 wins in a row. Does it even seem like it's been that long since we played against United? It seems like, yo, I was thinking to myself, I said, has it been 15 games since we played Manchester United? But it is what it is at the end of the day. It is good for the team just to be having a victory, bro. So let's get into this match, man. So pardon me if you see me reading the notes, you already know what it is. I want to make sure I cover a lot of things. So coming into the match, and I did this on my match preview, is that anytime you know that you're playing against Wolves, oh, let me see. Ah, man, see, oh man, that's what I'm talking about. Manchester City fan. Yo, bro, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm a new YouTuber, and I'm so glad that you're just now tuning in. Let me show you on the screen, show you some love, man. You my man right now. And Gabriel Jesus, he was phenomenal. Tell me about his performance today. Yo, did it seem like to me? It seemed like to me he started off the game a little sluggish, if you will. But the way Gabriel Jesus just finished off the game, none other, bro. That's the man, Gabriel Jesus. So shout you out, bro, because yo, that's a good look, man. Most people will say this man is the man of the match, but I love giving my man Gabriel Jesus credit because he's just a workaholic. But man, so coming into the game, we knew it was going to be a tough game versus Wolves, bro, because every time we play Wolves, it seems to be tough. Now, I know you might be saying to yourself, well, we just played them first game of the season. I think that was match day 2. I did a preview about that, but I knew it was going to be a tough game. Either way, it was a 3-1 win. We played them at Molineux earlier in the year, but yo, I mean, Podence had a chance to make that game close, but here we are coming into this game. You know it's always going to be a dogfight when we play against Wolves. That's just because of the way that Wolves are built. But let me know what you guys think out there. Did you think it was going to be an easy win for Manchester City? Did you think we were going to like get a draw and kind of stop the streak? I don't think nobody thought we was going to lose, but we knew it was going to be tough. But let me know what you guys thought about it out there prior coming into the match. So let's get into the starting 11, bro, because I always got to talk about the starting 11 because Pep Guardiola loves throwing these wrinkles at us. Loves throwing these wrinkles. So I'm going to bring this image up on the screen right here. I try to crop it so that way I don't get in trouble or anything. Until I use, OBS, this is all I got. So bear with me, guys. You guys can see the starter lineup right there. The main talking points in there is just that I know some people are like, yo, why does he keep trying to put, Emerick Laporte in there and not have John Stones in there? Because I know everybody loves John Stones. But the point is that, yo, it doesn't even matter as long as we have Ruben Diaz in there. So we just have three phenomenal center backs. And Nathan Ake, I wish you speedy recovery. Looking forward to seeing you again over here in the Premier League team. Getting some burnout here, if you will. But João Cancelo playing at the left back situation. So he did go with Zinchenko. Mendy's just out of the doghouse, but he decided to play João Cancelo at left back. So that's the reason why I've always explained here on this channel is that, don't get upset sometimes if you see Aymeric Laporte playing with Diaz, especially when we have João Cancelo playing at left back, because Pep knows in his mind he's trying to create some type of natural width, even though at points in this game it looked like we had absolutely no natural width following the game. So let me know what you guys thought out there. But the starting lineup is always so interesting to me. He decides to put Gabriel Jesus up top, and just like my man said, Gabriel Jesus does what he does, bro. And today I'm so happy to see my man getting in on the goals, bro. I always say Aguero is back. So over the last game, we saw Aguero coming back into the team. So Aguero is definitely back. And I think they even showed him at a minute in the game. I forgot what it was. It was around the 70th minute mark. He was up in the stands, part of the reserves, but he played in the last two matches. So Aguero definitely is back in the team. And until he gets up and fully running, bro, it's nobody that can do the job that Gabriel Jesus can do. So that's the reason why you saw him. We saw Riyad Mahrez playing on the right. We saw Sterling playing on the left, but then also too, how do you fit all of these players into the team? Because you saw today we had Gabriel Jesus, Riyad Mahrez, Sterling, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, and then Rodri. So some of you guys may be saying to yourself, well, where's my man IG? Where's Mr. Illy? Where's Ilkay Gundogan? You can see that it's just very hard to fit all these players into the team with the system that we have. So that's the reason why you might see a lot of Jesus, because Jesus can put in work, bro. Yeah. Oh, man. See, look, I love this type of interaction. Shout out to you, bro. All right. So let's just be honest about this. I want to know you guys feeling about it out there. When it comes to left back, right? I'm going to tell you who I'd rather see at left back. Now, this is going to shock you, bro. I'm sorry, man. I like to see Benjamin Mendy at left back. I like to see Benjamin Mendy. And before you dismiss everything I just said, let me tell you why. Zinchenko's my man. I like having Zinchenko. João Cancelo is a player that I love seeing, but to me, he's better at right back. Now, if I do have to take him as a left back, I'll take it because the man is phenomenal as far as like whipping balls in. But I always am a fan of natural width. And you saw that at points in this game. Like at certain points in this game, come on, up until halftime, it looked like, come on, bro. So like you said, João Cancelo, man, I think it has to be João Cancelo right there, right now, because he's doing the job. And we're going to see João Cancelo in the Champions League. I think we got no chance to see a Benjamin Mendy in the Champions League. I think we got no chance to see Zinchenko in the Champions League. So I think it will be João Cancelo playing left back with Kyle Walker playing right back. But I'll tell you the better question. The better question is João Cancelo or Kyle Walker playing right back. Let me know your answer. I'm just going to put that out there. So, that's just what the starting lineup was. And then I'm going to let's look at Wolves starting lineup, because Wolves starting lineup is kind of interesting. Now, they had a lot of players out, and then Semedo was playing up front, up there right behind Traore. Traore's playing in the striker position, and then, they got my man over there. I really like Pedro Neto. Even though he didn't really get involved in this game too much, in my opinion, I'm really a big fan of Pedro Neto. All right, let's see what you say here. Let's see. Okay, bro. All right. So you throwing all the heavy questions at me. All right, if you're a Manchester City fan, all right, this is how biased we are as Manchester City fans. Tell me why the answer is not Phil Foden. How about that? My answer would be Phil Foden, but the real thing is, are we talking about in the midfield, or are we talking about playing a winger position? So I pose the question to you. If we're talking about a winger, who would you rather have? And if you're talking about a midfielder, who would you rather have? Now, overall, the answer long-term is probably going to be Phil Foden, because Manchester City, bro, he's one of our own. So everybody's going to say that. But right now, I love my man, Bernardo Silva, and I'll tell you why. Bernardo Silva just provides. The man is just pure electric, but oh man, looks like we got some difficulties in the stream here. Hopefully you guys are bear with me right here with this, but I don't know what's going on there, but hopefully you guys can see me. But shout out to you, bro. But Wolves Wolves hung in there a lot, and I want to talk about this game before we really get going here. So, first 10 minutes of the game, looks like we had all the possession in the world, in my opinion. But there were some opportunities, especially on the left-hand side, where, bro, Kevin De Bruyne looked like he was out there by himself. And I'm looking at the team looked like they just wouldn't pass him the ball for some reason, bro. They wasn't going to pass him the ball for some reason. It wasn't until the 10th minute of the game to where, no, actually the 13th minute of the game where Ruben Diaz started it all off. He switched the ball over to Kevin De Bruyne, then Rodri started doing it, and Rodri had a phenomenal first half, which led up to our first goal. Bro, I'm going to get to your comment. Let me just kind of do this real quick, but let me see what my man's saying right here. Manchester City, hold on. Favorite Manchester City player, Kevin De Bruyne, Riyad Mahrez. You trying to put me under pressure, bro? My answer is KDB, bro. My all-time favorite Manchester City players is going to be Vincent Kompany. That's the reason why I became a Manchester City fan. Vincent Kompany, Mr. Sergio, all-time greatest scorer, always slept on, underappreciated Sergio Aguero. And then if I had to pick a player in this team, it's got to be KDB. So I sorry I give you such long diatribes, but I gotta let you know where I stand, player. Let me know who your guy is. My favorite Manchester City player, Kevin De Bruyne. So you just like me, bro. You just like me. All right. So, bro, that's what happened. I was like saying to myself in the game, I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? Why are they not switching the ball? But Diaz started switching off the ball. Good switch. And then all of a sudden, Rodri started doing it. And that's how our first goal came, because it looked like João Cancelo had the ball. He passed the ball back to Kevin De Bruyne. Then Rodri all of a sudden gets the ball. And once Rodri got the ball, bro, Rodri pinged it over to Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez does doing what he does, Mr. Step over, mad step overs. But he just sized up the defender with the step overs, cuts ball right there to the right side. And I love when Riyad Mahrez uses his right foot, because if you know anything about Riyad Mahrez, sometimes he doesn't always use his right foot, but he used his right foot, put the ball in a dangerous area. What happened? What happened? Bro, you already know. I got to show you guys this, because I'm just like, go 1-0 in this moment. And it's so crazy, because when this moment happened, you thought that the ball was actually, see, look at that. I still got the start lineup thing there. Bear with me, guys. I got to put this in here, because this is the moment right here, because Riyad Mahrez whipped this ball in right there. And I'm thinking Sterling is going to get it, but then all of a sudden, Dendorka just slots in. We'll take it. It's 1-0. Yo, we'll take it. And I think what's so hilarious, too, is that, I'm watching over here in America. Let me know where you guys are watching this from. But I'm watching the game over here in America. And then on NBC, you can hear the commentators go, bro, Manchester City's last few goals have came from all defenders. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a crazy, ironic stat. You know what I mean? And it could have been another goal right after that. So crazy. Oh, yes. We definitely going to get into my man, Gabby Jesus. So, I love the comments. I love the interaction. That's what this family is all about. Feel free, all you guys, to let me know your comments, bro, because at the end of the day, that's what helps this channel grow. So I'm all about talking to you guys. So thank you guys so much for participating, and definitely shout that out. But I'll take the goal. 1-0 to City after 15 minutes. And then I also thought, as the game progressed, it went a little even crazier than that. And I'm not going to get to Connor Cody's goal right now, but I will say up until the 19th minute of the game, we looked like, we just had the ball. Wolves wasn't really doing nothing after we scored. We still have all the possession in the world. And then right around the 36th minute, Wolves showed us a sign that they was possibly still alive in the game. Nothing really came of it, but then Gabriel Jesus once again takes the ball down off his chest. Now, we didn't score on this opportunity, but I'm leading up to show you why Gabriel Jesus is so important for this team. Just like my man has been shouting out about Gabriel Jesus. So there's a moment that happens right around the 40th to the 41st minute of the game, when Gabriel Jesus gets the ball down on his chest, lays it right off to Mahrez, and Mahrez does another thing with the right-footed shot. Because anybody knows anything about Mahrez definitely shoots on the left, but today he shows you why he's progressing with his feet on the right, because not only did he whip that nice ball in, that low, powerful cross with his right foot, but Gabriel Jesus brings the ball down. Riyad Mahrez takes it on the volley, shoots. It was actually blocked but I like the aggression of Riyad Mahrez. And then my man Gabriel Jesus just doing what he does. And a lot of people don't really give Gabriel Jesus credit for things, but Gabriel Jesus is showing you that he's really learning how to hold up play more than anything. I think that's phenomenal the way he's able to hold up play. So shout out to my man Gabriel Jesus for that, yo. Then we kind of go into a situation that happens, and I must say this. Please let me know your guys' thoughts on what happened with that Aymeric Laporte situation. Because I'm saying to myself, bro, like I'm not totally against VAR. I know a lot of people are like, yo, F VAR, I hate VAR, but yo, honestly, this was a draining moment for VAR because I'm thinking to myself, this is absolutely a goal. I mean, one of the defenders' back foot is there. Aymeric Laporte, what are they measuring? It even looked like his armpit. Are we now looking at people's armpits? What about if they have hair underneath their armpits? I mean, that's how ridiculous it is right now at this moment, bro. But all of a sudden, Riyad Mahrez has the ball on the left wing, on the right wing, doing what he does, whips the left-footed cross in, flick heads there. I think this might have been De Bruyne. He flicks the ball, ends up with Aymeric Laporte just having that opportunity to slide it in. Now, of course, Aymeric Laporte does what he does. That man is super aggressive. I can remember some of the best moments Aymeric Laporte has ever had for this team. And I tell you this, when it comes to corners, free kicks, this man is everywhere, man. He's everywhere. I love him on free kicks, but that just shows you his mindset. As a defender, he loves scoring the ball, and then they're going to be like, offside, yo, offside. What are we measuring him by? His armpits. So like, yo, it's ridiculous. So I was just kind of deflated about that moment. But you know what? It was a moment that happened right after that. I loved it. We just talked about Bernardo Silva on this show. But Bernardo Silva, right back after that moment, gets a header down, tries to score it. Rui Patricio blocks it with his hand. Now, he should have. I ain't gonna say he should have scored, but yo, he had an opportunity, skied it a little bit, but it was Bernardo's aggression to get right back after that moment to where we just got VAR'd, and then next thing you know, we lose that opportunity. But we're going into halftime, 1-0, and I really want to know what you guys think about this, right? What was your thoughts right at halftime? Because I was saying to myself, bro, Wolves did not look like they had any possession. I can't remember them even having a first shot on opportunity in the first half. They might have touched the ball like 4 times. As soon as they touched the ball, we got the ball right back. And I thought Rodri was outstanding in the first half. Let me point that out. Second half, a different story, but we'll get to that in a second. But when I'm watching halftime, I'm saying to myself, yo, who's the happier of the managers? And prior to that Aymeric Laporte situation and the Bernardo Silva following it up, yo, it didn't really seem like, you know, we were doing what we could do, but they were right there. And they had to be saying to themselves going into the dressing room, like, bro, we right here. We right here. We not even out of the game. So that's the way it really felt to me. And honestly, though, let me know if I'm bugging or if I'm tripping. Let me know what you guys think. But I'm like, man, I'm thinking he should bring on a sub or something, man, because this just is not working, man. It's like Kevin De Bruyne just looks like he's in rapid spaces on the left-hand side. And, you know, Kevin De Bruyne don't want to be on the left, but I like what we saw at the end of halftime. So let's just get on the other side of halftime. So Kevin De Bruyne, from what I noticed, and let me know what you guys saw this too. Kevin De Bruyne is like, yo, this left side, nah, bro, this is not going to work. Let me get over here on this right side. So I think he just started putting it on himself to be like, yo, I'm going to start floating on the right side because that left side action just was not working for him. But 50 minutes on, and there was a nice opportunity for KDB. KDB gets the ball, left-footed shot, and I think Patricio made a nice save to it. It just shows you that aggression because at points in this game, people are going to say, yo, Kevin De Bruyne didn't have a good game. He looked like he had a bad game. But I really want to stop here and talk about this for a second. It's that, bro, you got to understand what you're looking at. And what I mean by that is this is not an easy system to play in, bro. If it's great for players like Gabriel Jesus. I ain't even say Jesus because Jesus hated this system earlier in the year. But it's great for people like Gundogan. It's great for people like Bernardo Silva. But definitely, like, this is a Raheem Sterling specialist system because Raheem Sterling loved being everywhere. But if you're Kevin De Bruyne, this system requires you to be in so many different positions to where you're not naturally finding the spaces that you may feel comfortable in. And when he's out there, or like he's a left winger, he naturally has to cut it on his right foot. Now, don't get me wrong. We see what week. We even see him take that shot, in the 50th minute that Patricio saved. But it's so hard for him to get on the ball when he just out there left footed and he got to turn back to his right foot. João Cancelo got to do the same thing. And there were so many times, and I'm going to point out another situation where this system is just chaotic at points. Now, it looks like it's a 3-5-2. It could be whatever the hell you want to call it. But I'm telling you, it is very difficult to play because did you notice in this particular game, especially in the first half, did it not seem like Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus were occupying the same spaces? They kept going into the same spaces. Now, you might say to yourself, that's a Guardiola type of thing, that where maybe you have two runners into the box, one on the near side and one on the far side, but nah, not really. You know what I mean? So it just looked like they was hogging up each other's spaces, and Kevin De Bruyne couldn't find the spaces that he wanted to get into. So that's the reason why you might see him not be in the best form. But when you see him start to pivot a little bit on that right side, get to the center side, and then maybe be on the left side a little bit, he feels better in that situation. So I think that's another point where it's really hard to fit all these players in the team together, and then you still try to have natural whiffs. So anybody who looks like they're having an off game, sometimes it's not really them having an off game. It's just what the defense is doing, given the fluidity of the system and where we're looking up trying to find the spaces in those particular moments. So that's just my point on KDB. But let's talk about Wolves moment, man, because it happened. And, like I said, man, Wolves is probably in this game like, we have no shots. We ain't really had no possession. But at the end of the day, guess what? We still in the game. And they found themselves right back in the game, bro, because what happened? 61 minutes in, none other than Connor Cody with a header into the back of the net. So let's talk about how this goal came about. All of a sudden, they get a free kick. Matinho puts the ball into a nice spot. Now, let's see what people got to say about this, because I know some people out there be saying to themselves, and bear with me, once I see this, Wi-Fi signal here, I want to make sure the stream is flowing good. So, all right. So in this particular moment, when Connor Cody gets the header, who didn't push up? Who you kind of let them stay on side? He could have pushed up, and I'm not trying to be overly critical of Ruben Diaz, but I like moments like this. Nobody wants to see City go out here and win. Like, as a City fan, we all love City. We all love everything that City does. But at the end of the day, we don't want to see City just whooping up on teams and, feeling like it's kind of PSG. Like, we don't really want to see that. We want to see a game. And until this point, when they scored this header, you're kind of like, oh, we got a dog fight. We kind of expected this from Wolves. But Ruben Diaz, and this is a learning opportunity for him. But, that's just what I saw. And, I keep it real on this channel. I love Ruben Diaz, but we can criticize the players, or we can look at rooms for improvement. How about that? So with this particular situation, I think Ruben Diaz should have, pushed up a little bit to keep everybody offside. But nevertheless, Connor Cody gets the ball, heads the ball in, back of the net, 1-1. And I'm saying to myself, oh my God, here we go. Not like it's the end of the world, but then knowing that it can be a close game. But what happens next? You can call on me, holla at me, Mr. Gabriel Jesus, right back in action. So before we get to that goal, let's talk about the lead-ups and things that I noticed. So Wolves definitely, right around after they scored this goal, man, they had opportunities. They just kept driving. There was one particular opportunity where Pedro Neto gets the ball. He's driving down the center, and then next thing you know, he releases Traore on the right side. Traore's driving, but they had a few, drives that started getting momentum and started feeling themselves, because prior to that Matinho situation, them not only scored, that was their first opportunity, first shot on goal, first shot of the game, first really anything of the game. And this is the way Nuno sets this team up. But bro, they ended up getting their goal, but then they started just feeling confident about themselves. And right around the 70th minute mark, was like, bro, Rodri needs to wake up. Rodri looked like he turned the ball over in bad spaces and he kind of looked out of it. And then I want to know what you guys think about this. But, there was an opportunity in there where Rodri kind of stepped back and it almost looked like he didn't want the ball for about 2 minutes. But something, that's Rodri, bro. Like, it's Rodri. That's a learning lesson for the team. So Rodri just like in that moment, I guess Rodri got his momentum back and his steam back, and he started getting into the game. But right around that 70th minute mark, people started criticizing Rodri, like, Rodri turned the ball over. So it was good to see Rodri kind of get over that particular moment after he had those particular turnovers. But then Riyad Mahrez right back to being aggressive. And sometimes goals just don't come about, but you have to learn, you have to appreciate what Riyad Mahrez does. So 73rd minute, Riyad Mahrez is whipping in low crosses right across, and then my man Raheem Sterling tried to do the back heel, I would say Cruyff-like type flick, and it just went wide of the goal. And you can see Raheem Sterling's face, and he was like, "Oh my God, it was so close." But it goes to show you, Riyad Mahrez was live in this game. He was definitely trying to get after it. And at certain points, I was like, "Oh, he's holding the ball too long," but it just shows you what Riyad Mahrez does. He's like unexpected. So now leading up to that goal. And then now you can kind of see the action is just about to start. So Gabriel Jesus is like, time to call on me. And baby, it was. Because right there, it was like, yo, are we going to draw this game? Are we going to win it? And then the team, that's why I love to see City get pushed. I love to see City get pushed because at 1-1, we're like, yo, what is this game going to be? Is he going to make subs? Yo, he's got all these people on the bench. Yo, it's time to make subs. Where's IG? Yo, bring on Ilkay Gundogan, bro. What are you doing? Yo, let's get it going, Guardiola. But he stayed with it, and Gabriel Jesus delivered for us in the 80th minute. And, bro, it's like so crazy how I got to talk about this because Riyad Mahrez in this particular situation, Riyad Mahrez is doing what he does. He holding the ball right there on the right side of the pitch, and it kind of looks like he's just stalling a little bit. But, yo, shout out to my man Kyle Walker. So Kyle Walker bombs on forward, and all of a sudden Riyad Mahrez finds him, slips the ball right there to Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker puts it that low hard cross right across the box. It kind of scuffles around, but ends up right there with that poacher mentality, Mr. Gabriel Jesus, right there to put it home in the back of the net. That's what I love to see about Gabriel Jesus, man, because sometimes it might not be free-flowing football like we all may like it to be, but Gabriel Jesus for the poacher goal with the rebound. And now as City fans, we can feel a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more comfortable, but we know it's still not over with Wolves. And then what happens next? Yo, that man Riyad Mahrez, bro. So let's talk about Riyad Mahrez because, points in this game, his contributions. So really for the first goal, that's had a lot to do with Riyad Mahrez. The second goal has something to do with Riyad Mahrez. So now you get to the third goal situation. And how did the third goal come about, bro? It was just like right there, then everything is happening right there as far as like we get the ball down, Sterling's trying to control the ball down, and it ends up right there for Riyad Mahrez. Luckily, he puts it in, Riyad Mahrez gets his goal. And it was good to see Riyad Mahrez get this goal because he had not really he's been involved in the game, but not from a shooting perspective. He had one chance earlier that Patricio saved, but he was just looking lively. You know how Riyad Mahrez does, bro. It's like times in the game to where sometimes City look lethargic, and it could be Riyad Mahrez just takes a shot on because, he likes that aggression. So I know I don't always shout Riyad Mahrez out, but I want to say, Riyad Mahrez, keep doing your thing. And I love the fact that he got involved in this game the way he did. And then right in stoppage time, and this is what bro, VAR it kills me. Like I said, I don't really always hate VAR because I like to get the call right, but it made absolutely no freaking sense. So let's really talk about it. Riyad Mahrez creates it comes about from a turnover, really from one of Wolves' players. Riyad Mahrez gets the ball. All of a sudden, Jesus ends up with it, and then we score. But, it was like the way VAR, same situation like Aymeric Laporte. Somebody please let me know. Is this a different situation? Because they're right there again, measuring armpits. They're right there measuring armpits. And I looked at the goal, and I'm saying to myself, bro, Wolves' back foot player, how often do you get the same type of VAR decision in a game? Identical, literally identical. and then one counts and the other one doesn't. Now, I know some people will point out, oh my God, is this just this little bit of difference report? These goals look absolutely the same. So VAR, please get it together. Like, this is crazy. We look at, I mean, what are they doing, bro? Because it's the same exact thing. But luckily, ended up getting a goal. You can see Mr. Jesus saying, holla at me the whole time, because Jesus knows he got that goal. And then was so that was really to see. Yo, pardon me with the live stream. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully you guys can see it with no lag, bro. But I see the sign there. But yo, it was a good freaking match from City. So that's what I want to close out with. And the fact that we just keep finding ways to win. Games that are not pretty, we just find a way to win. You could think it's 1-1, you know, or we've run a lot of 1-0 games previously where we wasn't flowing. Now we seem to be getting goals from center backs. We getting goals from just poachers goals. We doing everything we need to do. And I love this energy. Now, we got to talk about what's next, baby. And we got to talk about what's next. So I love the fact that we kept winning. What is that? 15 wins in a row, 16 something wins in a row, something like that, ridiculously in the Premier League. But we got them lot up next. So let them do what they do. Let them see me today. Oh, you guys can see me. Sorry about that. I'm back. But point being is that, we got to get ready for United, because at certain points in this game, it looked like it was the same thing, because you know how Wolves like to sit back and just wait to hit on the counterattack. That's a message today to let United know. Yes, you guys got better players. We know that you guys got speed demons and speed murder over there on that side. But if you try to sit back against us, it doesn't even matter. We'll find a way to break you down. So I'm looking really forward to this game versus United. Hopefully, I pray that Guardiola says to himself, you know what? What's the worst thing that can happen? Even if we go out here and we just try to stumble, try to run them off the road and make all types of substitutions, we might as well go for it. Now, if they win the game, they'll be happy and talk about they beat us. But at the end of the day, what are we, like 15 points right now ahead of them? So, Guardiola should just pump the brakes, Guardiola, let everybody breathe. And hopefully we are not going to get another draw, because I'm not going to lie to you, Pep, my heart can't take another 0-0 versus United, baby. So let's get a win. Please have the troops ready for a win. And we already know Pep doesn't allow anybody to get confident, extra confident about this season. So let's go into United with the same energy. And I want to say, thank you guys for tuning into the channel, bro. Thank you guys so much. I love the fact that you guys are supporting the channel and everything. So just do me a favor when you guys are watching this content. Please feel free to like, share, hit the subscribe button, bro. It's only going to help the channel grow. So that way I can be out here doing what I love to do. Just talking to you guys, and we gonna all talk about Manchester City. We could talk about football, bro. I love connecting with you guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. At the end of the day, it's all about you and Manchester City. Let's go.